It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And at center stage, it's the Raiders' Offensive Player of the Year. He's been sensational as he leads the league in touchdown passes. It's the Raiders and the Chargers, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
As the sun starts to set, so out head the Raiders for their first possession. And they'll be led out by their third-year signal caller.
And there's certainly still people talking about the game. The buzz is real. He posted unbelievable numbers last week. Even his passing numbers continue to rise league-wide. He reached heights rarely flown to in league history. It took volume, sure, to get him there, but also an eagle eye to see everything out there perfectly. He and the rest of us, we can only hope that he comes close to seeing that kind of...
It's complete! Oh my, they left him wide open downfield. He does it, touchdown! The Raiders take a 6-0 lead right away. Brock Bowers, the touchdown. One snap in, and this offense as efficient as they could be, partner, and looking very dangerous to begin this ball game too.
Yeah, you know, it's one thing for coaches to tell us in our production meetings they want to be a quick strike offense, got to be explosive. But they put that talk into action. One play from scrimmage, one touchdown, and one massive statement sent across the field.
The Raiders and their quarterback ready to take over once again. And they couldn't be backed up much further, Brock, as safety really the only concern as they take possession here inside their 5-yard line. Throwing from near his own goal line. He lets a heater. They connect on the deep shot. The 30. He's at the 10. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown. The Raiders make it a 12-point game in the first. Brock Bowers, the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. A quick second score for him, Brock, already. And we aren't even out of this opening quarter yet.
I think I just saw that D coordinator rip up his game plan down on the sidelines, because you got to find some new resources here. You got to dedicate more bodies, more physicality to this playmaker, because we know in this league, when you get a guy going like this, they're going to go to him until you stop him.
Headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And this is the type of play they need out of him into the later months. He's currently leading the league in passing touchdowns. Play action on first down. They left him wide open. It's complete. And he's in. Touchdown. The Raiders threatening to run away with it already. Devontae Adams, the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
The Raiders ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And eventually, Brock, one of their drives is going to fail to reach that end zone, but through 3 possessions so far, they have been perfect.
Yeah, and in order for that to happen, somebody somewhere on this defense has got to rise to the occasion.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Try getting that one to Brock Bowers. And it's going to be second down. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
It's the end of the first in this AFC West showdown. It's an early lead for the Raiders. We're back to SoFi right after this. Time now for the second quarter. Raiders in possession. They'll have an easy 3rd and 1. They'll send him over right. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. He's on the move. On the run right, throwing deep down the side.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge game.
Are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And among dual threats in the NFL so far this season, there has been no equal. He's leading all quarterbacks in rushing yards to this point. Putting a receiver in motion. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop him. Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Another try following the sack. Escapes out to the left. Throwing on the run, deep down. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. And that is a touchdown. The Raiders boat racing them to the halftime locker room. Devontae Adams the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you think on the other side defensively they'd be ready for this, but this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air, and the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And last drive, he reached one of those numbers that everyone looks at as a benchmark after the season ends, Brock. Quite the year that he's put together, finding the end zone. To throw here on 1st down. Escapes the pocket. Throwing deep for the big game downfield. And this will be a Las Vegas touchdown. The Raiders boat racing them to the halftime locker room. Well, they certainly wasted no time in making that turnover hurt even more. They looked to the end zone on the very first play, Brock, and they connected.
You know, Kate, I love it. It was an ambush to begin the drive. They attacked that end zone against a defense who was out there on short notice and not ready for that sudden change they talk about.
The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And he sure has put on that chef's hat to dice up their defense early in this one. Quite the appetizer that he's prepared to what could be a great overall performance. They send a tight end in motion. Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Brought down on the effort by Derwin James. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and Brock in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll start by heading out west to Glendale, Arizona. And it's the Broncos who are out in front. Cortland Sutton, a touchdown reception. From there, we'll head east all the way to the Steel City to check on the Steelers at home in Pittsburgh. And they fall in that one to the visiting Indianapolis Colts. Anthony Richardson, strong in the victory as his guys run their record to 6-1 on the campaign. Finally, let's get to Silicon Valley to check on the 49ers at home at Levi Stadium. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. Brandon Ayuk, a touchdown reception. In that first half, it was a third-year quarterback who really showed the way. He's over 300 yards passing already as he's looking to possibly put his name in the record book. The highlights from the first half, all one-sided. This one got out of hand early, and now you have to wonder how these teams will approach this second half, because this one's already...
Airing it out to start this drive. Rolling left, buying some time. Throwing. He's got it deep downfield. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down. And that completion gets him up to 400 yards in the football game. No, it's a tough mark to reach, but one that every quarterback takes pride in being able to reach, or at least challenge every so often. So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. Here's a toss to Pacheco. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Quincy Williams making the tackle. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
A 2nd down run by Pacheco. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Junior Colson bringing an end to that play. Only a couple yards there, and now it's 3rd and 7.
Yeah, that defense was flying to the ball. You see that outside toss. This is a pursuit drill that they work on over and over again. Get to that toss before it can really get started.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Flush down now to his left. And that's incomplete. He's going to wish he hung on to that pick there, but it's still going to bring up 4th down.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, he just couldn't quite hang on.
To throw it on 1st down. On the move, headed right. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he will take this in. Touchdown. The Raiders keep running away with this. Devontae Adams, the touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game. That is as efficient as an offense can be. One play, 70 yards. And 6 points, Brock. They can save the rest of the plays they had prepared for their next series.
Rest of the plays? Why even call a different one? I mean, that one hit the sweet spot on the barrel and got out of the yard in a hurry. Perfect call to catch him sleeping.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his right. He takes it himself. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. Receiver in motion, headed right. They'll throw on 1st. Getting out to his left. He's keeping it again. Jukes one defender. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. From the red zone now. Flushed out of the punt. And this will be a Las Vegas touchdown. The Raiders continue adding to an insurmountable lead. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
And they send a man in motion. Wow, they're going to pass it here. He's on the move. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. Jukes out of one stop. They get 35 out of that one. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Complete here to Bowers. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. And he continues to rise higher and higher as this game goes on. That's a 500-yard performance for him. Less than 30 times that's ever happened, which puts in perspective the enormity of what he's accomplished here. Throwing off the play fake here. Bails out of the pocket quick. They don't connect there, and now just 3 seconds showing on the clock. Almost a completion of the wrong team there. So now they have 3rd and short. All right, this is going to be the final play of the game. Third down from the gun. And it's incomplete, but hey, who cares? They've got the lead, and we are out of time in this one. So put this in the win column for the Raiders. And as we play in October, they have kept their perfect start to the season going. To the point, Brock, I think you could argue they might be the league's best team in the front half of this campaign.